Back here on the last lap of 450 Moto number 1. And Smith just went down with his own teammate, it looks like, Tyler Schmidt. So Smith sorry to anybody who is just joining us again, but should be back and running smooth now. And Root, you guys didn't miss anything. I thought they would get together for a battle, but Smith got together with his teammate Tyler Schmidt, went down. Mullins still pretty far back in 3rd. Fresquez runs 4th. Simmons is in 5th, and Root still leads the race. Sorry, just typing in chat real quick, making sure everybody can see it as we get down to the last moments of this moto. Root just weaving his way down a lapped rider there who's on the ground. Again, sorry, it's the 3rd time my stream has crashed tonight, so now the 450 motos will have to be split into on YouTube. We're up to 5 separate videos that'll be uploading to YouTube tonight, which is just awesome. But it does mean that they'll upload probably a little bit quicker, so that's always kind of cool, but it doesn't really matter. You guys are going to have to watch like 5 different streams to even see the whole freaking event, which always sucks. I like to split it in 2, but that doesn't matter for Hunter Root, as he's going to come through and win. Yeah, 450 Moto 1. Sorry, my results aren't showing. That's because my timing and scoring is screwed up. Jeremy Smith is going to backflip Larocco's leap and does it very smoothly. He's going to end up 2nd, and then as soon as... Oh. Is Smith... No. Looks like he is going to finish 2nd still. Okay, so Smith ends up 2nd. Mullins should end up 3rd. Fresquez is behind Scott Simmons, so Simmons got through. And Luke Heberlein is pretty... Well, hold on. Let me... I don't want to miss all of the results, so let me disconnect and reconnect real quick. Sorry, my timing and scoring went down when the stream crashed. So give me just a second. We'll see the official results popping up on the screen. Go back up front. Whoop. So let's just wait for the results to come in. Looks like Mullins has crossed the line. He was 3rd. Simmons should be 4th. Fresquez 5th, and you'll see the results just scatter across the top left of your screen in just a moment as we take a look at your points leader, Jesse Mullins, after the race is over. Again, apologies for the stream issues. It happened earlier in the 250 race a couple times. I guess it's just the nature of my internet tonight for some reason to just pretty much crash. The stream's running good otherwise. I mean, we're up at 3,000 kilobytes per second, which is a really good flowing stream. I haven't dropped frames once. There's the results. So Root takes the moto win. Smith 2nd, Mullins 3rd, Simmons 4th, Fresquez in 5th, Heberlein 6th, Stanley 7th, Sanders in 8th, Carlin 9th, and Jack Haley rounded out your top 10. Looks like Tyler Crane ended up in 11th, or is about to actually. The race is not over yet, apologies. So we'll go back to camera mode as Crane ends up in 11th. Brandon Berg, last of the runners on the lead lap, in 12th. So we'll wait for Berg to cross the line here in just a minute. And there's Berg. So Strela was 13th. Jack Fowler was 14th. Devin Davis 15th. Peter Like 16th. Samuel Bergeron 17th. Jordan Vanderlee 18th. Jacob LaRoche 19th. And Michael Gonzalez was the last runner to score a point. So we'll wait for cuts to come in and see if that affects anything. The Sea Donkey. When a moto is going on, do the players racing the other class sit in a lobby, or do they ride around the track until the moto ends? So the way this game works is the other players are currently in what's called warm-up mode, where they're invisible to everybody else, but they can ride around the track if they want to, but they can also observe the race in the server themselves and help out their teammates if they have teammates in the 450 class. Let's say if they race a 250 class, they have teammates in the 450 class, they can spot for them. So that's kind of how it works. Let's give a rundown and see if anybody lost some positions. Looks like Peter Like passed Devin Davis on cuts, and that's it. Nobody else had cuts that caused them to lose a position. So let's see, did we get the 450 Moto 2 in 5 minutes, 30-second warning, no lineup check. Alright, so just hang tight for a second, folks. I have got to use the restroom. Too much beer, I guess. Hang on for a second. And I'm back. Woo! Alright, so we will wait for the next roughly 3 to 4, 2 to 3 something minutes for 450 Moto 2 to start. Again, apologies for the stream dropping. I really hope it doesn't happen again. Hate to have to split both the 250 and 450 classes into 3 parts. But if it does happen again, fear not, it should come up right away. If I feel like I'm going to have an issue with it coming back, I'll definitely mention it in chat. I have my laptop open on the left side, so I think the internet's crashing to just my main computer. I have 2 monitors open. I can see when the stream goes down because my OBS basically crashes and then suddenly everybody disappears in the server. So I can see both of those happen, but my stream is still loading. So I think just my main computer's internet is having an issue. So again, if it goes down again, the 3 times it's happened tonight, it comes back in 8 to 9 seconds and runs smoothly after that. So don't freak out. I know it was right during a battle that last time, but should be all good. So we're just waiting for the 30-second warning in chat. Yawn, yawn, yawn. If anybody has a quick question they want to ask, now's the time to do it while I'm just sitting here. The Sea Donkey, yes, most people use controllers in this game. A couple people I know that don't are like Kawa46 and JLV, the creator of the game, but they're pretty much almost as OG as you can get besides JLV and August. And August uses a controller. August is UID 2. August Sanders just finished 8th in this moto, and he is UID number 2, which is only second to JLV, who is UID number 1. JLV created this game. Oh, thanks, Ethiolo. My day was pretty good, man. Just waiting for that 30-second warning. Smitty 4131. Why do you suck when recording this game, but when you're not, you're on fleek? Is that directed towards me? Because, I don't know. I guess the pressure of people watching, it's nervous. Man, this is a long ass 5 minutes. Or 4.5 minutes because we're supposed to get a 30-second warning. Yeah, towards me. I don't know. I don't know why. Every time I play with Jeremy and we're, you know, doing an online play or a group play or, you know, whatever, I just suck. I don't know why. Yes, the Sea Donkey. We have a YouTube channel called Start Your Systems. 3 words, start your systems. Y-O-U-R, the correct your for that situation. But yeah, we're almost at 2,000 subs on the channel, which is awesome. I want to give a shout out to everybody who watches the videos. If you're watching on YouTube and or if you're watching on Twitch, that's, you know, perfect. I love watching, you know, having people here to watch the live event. But man, really cool that so many people have subscribed to the channel. We just eclipsed exactly 6 months of operation after yesterday, because we started the channel on January 1, basically. That was the first video. And yeah, I mean, Jeremy and I, you know, Jeremy Hinner's the other guy that works on the channel with me. We've been having a blast and really enjoy that you guys enjoy watching our content, because it gives us more stuff to do. Smitty 4131. Race him on a 250, it might help. Honestly, I am horrible on a 250. I still don't know how I did so well at High Point. I'm way better on a 450. In all my years, I only finished 3rd once on a 250, and I freaking won a moto on a 450 in RF, so that gives you an idea. But let's go racing, folks. It's time to start talking about me. Talk about all these folks on the racetrack. Take a look at who's maybe someone up the inside here. Jeremy Smith finished 2nd in that first moto. Who's going to win the overall here at Redbud? It's time to decide that. It is 450 moto number 2 in MX Simulator here at Redbud. Oh, it's a drag race. Smith has a nose. Roots in there. And Smith, number 4 ride, gets the whole shot. He just beat Scott Simmons to the line. I didn't see where Mullins was, but I assume he must have gone down because he was right with that group, and I saw somebody flipping, but Smith comes out with the whole shot. So Smith leads, Simmons 2nd, Root 3rd, LaRoche in 4th with Tyler Crane right there. Zach Dupuis right on cue, a better 2nd moto start. Dupuis had a shitty first moto at Budds Creek, your 2013 outdoor champion. Rebounded really well at Budds Creek to finish inside of the top 10 in the 2nd moto at Budds Creek, and then he finished outside of the points here in the first moto at Redbud. And again, a really good start here in the 2nd moto. He's got Jack Haley all over the back of him. August Sanders is in the mix with Barrington, Schmidt, and Stanley. Thompson over turf. And looks like Sam Bergeron's in the mix as well. Jay Naz, Joseph Nazarek, Bobby Bonds. I'm trying to find Jesse Mullins, Adam Holm, Jeremy Schiabro, Michael Wheeler, Devin Davis, Brandon Berg, Daniel Mills, Michael Gonzalez, Travis Hoffman. There's Tyson Fresquez on the left side of your screen right there coming by. Race Carlin's back here. Strelo, like Simos, and here is Mullins. My goodness, is he buried as he's going to weave through a couple 4 or 5 downed riders. And he's trying to sneak up the inside of Heberlein. And he goes down trying to do so, so he's going to lose some more spots. He's in 27th, 28th place right now. So Mullins has quite the uphill battle in front of him, especially since Jeremy Smith and Hunter Root are at the front. All three guys that finished near Mullins in the first moto are at the front right now. Root won, Smith was second, Mullins was third, and then Simmons ended up fourth. So basically your top four would be identical if Mullins had started up here. Also, I want to point something out real quick in chat. Somebody brought up Verb Moto Gamers. Yes, I still run that channel, actually. Obviously, it's kind of died down quite a bit. Large part of that is due to the fact that the only person that sends me anything anymore is a guy named Edward Mora, and he gets those virtual apps put up. If you send me something on the Gamers channel, I will upload it as long as it follows the guidelines that we put up. I no longer do my own work on the channel, obviously, because I put a lot of time and effort into Start Your Systems. I want to see that succeed. But, and I don't even get paid to do the Gamers channel anymore. I used to. But Verb moved me up to staff writer position and started paying me exclusively for race reports and stuff like that. So I don't do that anymore, but I still upload to the channel when I get videos. And, you know, if you guys send me stuff that doesn't have loads of curse words and follows our guidelines with the intro and outro and the lower third image, then yeah, I'll pretty much put it up on the channel. It doesn't take me much time to upload stuff as long as it's not like a 30-minute video. Just wanted to make a point of that here as we run lap number 2 of the 450 class. Oh, looks like, oh, I thought Root slid out, but it was actually Smith that lost his front wheel coming out of that corner, so he goes back to third. Simmons takes over the lead. Root goes to second. So Simmons, Root, Smith, your top three. Jack Haley, 22 Motorsports ride. The number 54 machine sits in fourth. Tyler Crane of Adept Graphics is in fifth. And his team boss, August Sanders, the owner of Adept Graphics, which I know people think I have a beef with August, but I don't. I actually like him a lot. And if you want to support the Adept Graphics startup, August, I believe August, at least, just made a Instagram account. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's at Adept MX Graphics or at Adept Designs or something like that. Check it out on Instagram. I'll get the official one for the next stream. But August does some pretty cool work over there. He goes to a graphics design or a design school in Texas, pretty sure. Probably just muffing everything, but I know that he goes to a design school and he owns this graphics company, and it's pretty cool business, so you should check it out for sure. Best way to get in touch with me, A. Heckman, would probably be, I don't know, I respond to Twitter, I respond to Facebook, I sometimes get back to the forums, but not right away. Probably Twitter would be best, I guess. For some reason, I'm starting to experience a little bit of lag right now. Oh, looks like Smith has lost a spot to Jack Haley, so Haley's on the move. He's up into third as Root gets a little out of shape, and Simmons almost went down. Battle for the lead is on. 6.5-ish minutes into this moto. Root's looking for the 1-1 here. Alright, if it's an immediate thing, Heckman, then yeah, Twitter. Because I can look at it right now then. If you want it to be like personal or private or whatever. I got my phone right in front of me. Also, K. Riley 250, what's the best way to handle the huge braking bumps on this track? Well, we was talking to Zach Dupuis earlier before this event. We were discussing about the different layout of this track, not necessarily the layout, but different style of this track, because it's a checkers track compared to Barrington, who's made most of the tracks this year. The bumps are a little bit bigger, a little bit more spread out. So you kind of want to run a little bit stiffer suspension as you see Simmons lose the front end. A little bit stiffer so you don't bottom out because they're so big, but you still want to get that softness, that plushness that you feel going through braking bumps. So it's almost good to have like a pretty neutral setup and then almost treat them as their whoops, I guess. They're far enough apart that you can kind of hit them as rollers too, where you lean back on each one. As Simmons loses second place to Smith, he went over the bars on a hay bale, and Jack Haley right there as well is also going to get a spot on him. So Simmons drops, nope, he takes Jack Haley out, so he ends up in third. Haley must be thinking, what did I do? As he drops behind, that was Tyler Crane that went through, so Haley now behind, oh, Tyler Crane and Tyler Schmidt. Schmidt now inside of the top 5. This is a good ride for Tyler Schmidt. Just a second, folks. I'm sorry. I've got a text message to respond to. Not Heckman's. I got a text from my girlfriend. So just watch Tyler Crane, Jack Haley, and... or not Tyler Crane. Tyler Schmidt, Jack Haley, and August Sanders battle on your screen. So it looks like Scott Simmons is coming back to them. Okay. It's like Haley is all over Tyler Schmidt here. Schmitty, Werben, Jaegerman, Jensen. Is my girlfriend fine? You guys are hilarious. It's like Haley might get the spot with an outside move. That was a really good pass, and now Sanders uses the outside move around Tyler Schmidt. Schmidt having a little problems here. Loses 2 spots in 2 corners. Trying to get Sanders back, but he's going to jump off the track here, so he's got to be careful. Yep. Slides out, but oh, he almost had it. And then did a little tuckaroo. Here's Mullins, who looks like he's in about 11th or 12th. Got Stanley Dupuis in front of him. Dupuis down. Tough moto for Zach Dupuis. Crane, Smith, and Root battling it out for the lead. Really, Mullins isn't too far back of these guys. They're side by side on the leap here, 10 minutes and 45-ish seconds into this moto. So Root still hold on to the lead. Smith second. Now Tyler Crane finds himself in third with Scott Simmons right behind him. So Crane turning around this moto. Was top 5 pretty early in the first moto, but dropped outside of the top 10 eventually. Now he runs in third. He's got Scott Simmons, who finished 4th in Moto 1 right behind him. Good to see Simmons back this week and running strong as he makes a pass on Crane, who made a mistake there at the bottom of the hill. August Sanders, it is a good round to be on Team Adept. Sanders putting in a good ride. He's all out of shape down there like his teammate Crane, but these guys still running third and 5th. It looks like Crane got back by Simmons. Now as soon as I go to Crane, Simmons gets back by. I should stop watching Tyler Crane. So Jack Haley runs in 6th. Tyler Schmidt is 7th. Brandon Berg is 8th. Stanley is 9th. And Mullins is 10th. But he's got none other than Tyson Fresquez right behind him. Could this be another takeout opportunity for Fresquez if he gets to feel that way about Mullins? Again, I'm not sure if that was on purpose, but I know that didn't seem like he had ambitions on making that corner. Oh, a little out of shape and into the SpongeBob. So there goes all that time that he had made. And now Stanley, Davis, and Dupuis are all locked together, and Stanley gets held up in the rut, and it causes Dupuis to run into the back of him. Now Mullins trying to go after Berg. I believe this is for 9th. We got Tyler Schmidt. Oh, that'd be for 8th, excuse me, that he would be trying to get Berg. As Schmidt slides out again. Every time I look at Schmidt, he's freaking all over the place. But he's actually running 7th and doing a damn good job of it. Haley is in 6th. Sanders right in front of him in 5th. Crane 4th. Simmons 3rd. And the battle for the lead is on. Smith has it again. I keep missing this because I'm trying to watch what's going on behind them. Now Root trying to find a way around Smith here. Battle for the lead here on your screen. 14 minutes in, so we've got little under 16 minutes plus 2 laps left to go. Smith leads, Root 2nd. Simmons 3rd, Crane 4th. Jack Haley is in 5th over here on the off-camber sweeper, but he's off the track. Here comes Tyler Schmidt up the inside, and is he going to get there in time? Haley shuts the door, puts him down off the track. That was pretty aggressive from Jack Haley. And August Sanders comes through now to make the pass on Tyler Schmidt. Brandon Berg behind Schmidt now. Nazarek got through on Mullins, so Mullins lost another spot. Looks like he's back to 10th. Stanley has Devin Davis right there, and they're both going to get by Berg, so Mullins back into the 9 spot. So many position changes. Looks like Root stretched out his lead over Smith now. All right, let's go back to these battles again. Freaking, again, go back to Schmidt, and he's down. Oh, Nazarek. Wasn't Mullins' fault. Nazarek just kind of slid out on his own. He's going to lose 4 spots in the process, maybe 5. Here comes Berg. Maybe 6. Here comes Fresquez, and Fresquez is going to get the leap, so freaking Joseph Nazarek just lost a ton of spots, and Fresquez threw it on the leap. That was pretty cool. Now we got a 3-rider battle here. 4-rider, excuse me, Stanley at the front of the pack, and then we've got Schmidt and Mullins and Devin Davis all right here. Look at that, 3 abreast around the corner. All right, Heckman, I'll get you on Twitter real quick then. Did you follow the SYS on YT one, or did you follow me? Because I can't find you. Never mind. Alright, I followed you back, so DM me whatever you needed to.
Turn off.
There we go. And Mullins trying to march his way around this group of people. He got around his teammate Schmidt. Now he gets around Stanley. So Mullins continues to march towards the front. Again, as we were saying, that first moto with Mullins finishing third, the gap is now 49 points between Root and Mullins. Doesn't seem like a lot, but the more and more you see performances like this where Root leads and then Mullins is down in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place, more points. That's more than a 10-point difference between these two. I believe Mullins would pick up 14 points, or 13 points, excuse me, for finishing in 7th. 12 points more taken away, so from 49 down to 37 points after this round, with Root winning and Mullins in 7th. Of course, still roughly 12 minutes, actually 12 minutes exactly plus 2 laps to go. A lot of racing left, so Mullins could claw more points back and Root could lose the lead, but as they stand, that's where the points gap would be at. Good turnaround ride for Devin Davis this moto. Had a pretty frustrating first moto. He's inside of the top 10. Stanley, J-Naz, Schmidt, Thompson, Schiabro, Berg, Bergeron, Mike Strelo back here, Luke Heberlein, Peter Like, Zach Dupuis, another frustrating moto for Dupuis, Bobby Bonds, Race Carlin, really frustrating moto for Carlin. Can't buy a start tonight. Oh, and he gets into the back of Bonds and goes down. Fortunately, he's pretty far ahead of Michael Gonzalez. Oh, Schmidt down, takes Heberlein with him, and that was, oh, Strela over the bars as well. Peter almost picked up 3 spots for 1. In fact, he might still, nope, Schmidt's going to have the line. It's giving you an idea of who else we have in tonight's event, I guess. Battling isn't really happening anymore. Fresquez still pretty close to Mullins. This could be an interesting plot twist if Fresquez gets to Mullins and maybe causes some more drama. So we'll stick with Mullins here and see if anything else happens. You can see Fresquez right there coming from the right side of your screen. Looks like he's pushing. Go on board with Fresquez actually. 2:07.1 last time by. Nearly clipped his head on the inside hay bales there. And a 2:07.1. Very close to being the best lap of the race. In fact, is only 2/100ths of a second off of the best lap of the race, which is Jeremy Smith at a 2:07.1. That was on lap number 8. These guys are currently on lap number 10. Oh, Mullins, he just went down and off the track. So there you go, Fresquez by like that. That's more points in the hand for Root. This championship could get very interesting. 5 rounds to go. Like I said, 10 motos. The gap would be down to 36 points if they finish exactly like they do right now. And Root would have taken 18 points out of Mullins today. Or excuse me, math wrong. 17 points out of Mullins, so the gap would actually be 37 points. August Sanders is right in front of those guys, so Mullins could get 2 passes for 1 if he continues to close up on Fresquez. Crane all alone in 4th, Haley 5th, Sanders is in 6th, Fresquez is now 7th, trying to chase down the number 53 ride, actually, of August Sanders. That's the number he should be running, but he's running his trademark 57 because he wishes he could earn that number, but he doesn't because he can't get a career number. I did get your message, Heckman. I will message you back about that as soon as this race is over. Mullins can't be too cautious here. Lost a lot of ground to Fresquez, and very quickly, if he crashes, Devin Davis would be right there and maybe by him. Look at this battle, Fresquez and Sanders heading up towards you on the hill here. Fresquez able to get the move done, and he does a nice whip to cap it off as well. So now Sanders has to try to attack back. Although Fresquez seems like a man on a mission right now. He might want to go get Jack Haley for 5th here. Mullins is going to try to close up and get Sanders if he can. Maybe claw a couple points back. Actually, it'd be only 1 point. Far enough out of the range that 2-point gaps would no longer exist. After the top 5, it goes 16, 15, and 14. So Mullins picks up 13 points here with an 8th. Versus 25 that Root is picking up, so that's a 12-point difference, like I said, and it was 5 in the first moto, so 17 overall. Claws back up to 37 points back of Mullins after entering 54 down, so a couple more rounds like this, and it's a really interesting championship, I'll tell you that much. Oh, Fresquez slid out, so all that work that he just put in, he's going to have to go back to work and try to get Mullins first again. Mullins claws another important point back. Gap would be 38. Got roughly 4.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go here. Oh, Crane, big old crash. Jack Haley's too far back, but Crane was fairly close to Simmons. Hunter Root still managing his 11.5-second lead over Smith. Smith has about 18 seconds over Scott Simmons here. And Crane now pretty far back of Simmons. Jack Haley maybe 5 seconds back of Crane. Another 5 seconds back to Sanders. Then maybe 4 seconds back to Fresquez. So all these guys fairly spread out, but in range. If a crash were to occur, they'd be all over each other pretty quickly. And Mullins down here. So Mullins actually lost a spot to Fresquez just like that. He's back to 8th. Trying to keep you updated on the provisional points as they run. And like I said, Mullins, 37-point lead after this race if they finish just like this. And the later he gets in the moto, the more possible it looks. Thought Mullins was going to be able to claw back some more positions, but actually lost a position. He's 8th. I guess Moto Gogo never joined me tonight. Kind of a bummer. Always fun to hang out with them. We've only got 3 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Whoa, Fresquez all over the back of Sanders. This is for 6th. And Jack Haley's right in front of them in 5th. And Haley makes a mistake and he almost went down, ends up going backwards, and he's going to have to get going straight. And Mullins is right there now, but Haley's going to stay in front of him. He's 7th. Now Fresquez looking at a top 5 if he can get by Sanders. Oh, these guys are throwing it down, and Fresquez jumps off the track in the same spot he did in the first moto. Gets back on behind Sanders after the SpongeBobs. They're not close enough to Crane right now, but Simmons just had a moment where he was off the track. Lost a lot of time to Smith. So these guys are all still pretty spread out. We're trying to keep an eye on the battles, like I said. And the battle on screen here for 5th between August Sanders and Tyson Fresquez. Looks like so Root just crossed the line. So next time by it should be after the 30-minute mark, so we got 3 laps to go here at Redbud. Jack Haley not out of discussion for this battle. Mullins continues to drop back even more. Again, as I was saying, he's got to be careful. If he loses another spot here to Devin Davis, bringing that gap down to 36 points. Root is taking some serious points out of Mullins. Just an all-around tough moto for Mullins right here. Oh, and Fresquez was able to get by Sanders. I missed it. Look at how far out ahead he is now. And now Jack Haley's all over the back of the 57 machine. Oh, and there he goes. Sanders slid out, and Wheels dives up the inside of Sanders as Sanders was trying to get going. So now Mullins might get another whiff of some more points in front of him as he can see Sanders up here in the distance. Oh, Jack Haley just had an issue. So he's back right in front of Sanders. These guys all kind of having some issues on their own. They're not really getting together, but it's making an interesting kind of time battle, if you will, as Sanders slides out again. So Mullins right behind him now. Go back up front. I think, yeah, Root's not over the line yet. So 2 laps to go next time by. Here's Smith, 2nd. Simmons in 3rd. Crane runs 4th. Fresquez closing up on him rapidly is in 5th. Then Jack Haley, August Sanders, 6th and 7th with Mullins right there in 8th. And then Devin Davis, can't count him out. He is in 9th, and he can see those guys could easily get into 6th with some battling in front of him here. Look at Mullins. He's fighting back here. He wants that extra point. And Mullins up the inside nearly made it work, but Sanders fighting back around the outside down the rollers. 2 laps to go here at Redbud. The battle here is on for 7th. Mullins, your points leader, has had a rough moto so far, but he's trying to do some damage control as Root, as the season goes on, recovering from that suspension from round 4, is clawing his way ever so slightly back in this championship. There goes Sanders. Sanders went down, so Mullins picks up a position. He goes into 7th. That brings that gap back down to only 17 points total for the round. Whoa, Wheels getting a little out of shape right in front of Mullins here. But he's going to get out of the way. The number 99 of Michael Wheeler putting on tonight's Race Factor Gaming event. So now Mullins is going to go try to get Jack Haley. Tyler Crane has been passed by Tyson Fresquez. So overalls should be Root, Smith, and Simmons on the podium, with Fresquez picking up 4th, and then Mullins I think would do enough here with a 7th, and he would go 3-7 for 5th. I know Jack Haley was up near the front, but I don't remember where he finished in that first moto. Tyler Crane pretty far back, so he's not a factor. Devin Davis has got by August Sanders. Yeah, Mullins should be plenty fine here for 5th. But Fresquez would go 5-4, which should be good enough for 4th. Although Mullins, if he gets into 6th, might change that. If he gets into 6th, I think he'll have one more point on the day than Fresquez. But right now, Fresquez on a tie would get 4th overall. Oh, and there goes Haley. So Mullins up into 6th. He's going to get 4th overall now. And again, clawing back the points, salvaging this moto. 6th place now. A 6th place for Mullins in this moto earns him 15 points. So he would only lose 10 points in this moto to Root 15 points on the day to make it a 39-point gap, leaving, as we're on the white flag right now actually, and Root doesn't have a whole lot of time over Smith. This is the battle for the overall. If Smith can get to Root, he would win the overall, but as long as Root... Oh, he gets into a lap and he's off the bike. Bergeron down in front of him, so Smith goes through. He's going to take over the lead, and everything changes just like that. So suddenly Root loses 3 more points to Mullins on the day, so the gap would be out to 42 points. And Smith in line to win the overall, so how about that? We were talking about it earlier tonight in the program. Smith, his very first pro career points in real life at Budds Creek last week, nearly 4 days ago. Finished 19th in 450 Moto 1, the same moto, as I was saying, that Ryan Dungey went out and won that. Now Smith, 4 days later, comes back. It's going to go 2nd in Moto 1, and barring a disaster here on the Rocco's Leap, Jeremy Smith is going to come through, and he's going to win his first overall of the year. Look at this, final corner, final lap. Jeremy Smith, he's going to go 2-1 and win the MX Simulator Redbud National. And he looks stoked as Root knows Bergeron with that crash blew it for him, and yeah, he is less than pleased. Lappers, what are you going to do? Scott Simmons, he's going to end up 3rd in this moto and 3rd overall. Fresquez, valiant effort to finish 4th. But that 5th in Moto 1 going to kind of kill him in terms of the overall. He'll probably end up 5th overall going 5-4. Not too often that that happens. Tyler Crane, ooh, I thought he slid out. Ends up 5th. Mullins, good job salvaging points. He's going to pick up a 6th. And Jack Haley comes through for 7th. Sanders ends up 8th. Those guys were both in front of Mullins at one point. Devin Davis does end up 9th, and Stanley 10th. Jeremy Schiabro, good turnaround moto for the 57 ride. He's on Kyle Robb's 450 in this moto. Oh, he goes down, so Heberlein is going to pick up a spot just when he thought it was going good for him. So here comes Luke Heberlein. He should pick up 11th. Schiabro rebounding for 12th. Jay Naz, Joseph Nazarek, looking at a 13th. Brandon Berg in 14th. Race Carlin, unfortunately, a tough moto for him. Looks like all he'll end up with here is 15th. He's the last runner on the lead lap, and yeah, he's locked into 15th now. Bergeron ended up 16th. So he was inside of points when that incident occurred with him and Root, but Root obviously not too happy. Zach Dupuis 17th, Bobby Bonds 18th, Mike Strelo 19th, and Peter Lycan 20th. I'm sure Root had something interesting to say in chat, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just disconnected, and we'll see it on the forums in a little bit. But I'm going to wait for cuts to come in. Here we go, top 20 rundown. Let's see if anybody, looks like Race Carlin got J-Naz on cuts. Oh, so did Brandon Berg. Nazarek lost 2 spots. And then Schiabro got Heberlein on cuts for 11th. And those were all the cuts that factored in. In fact, Smith, very close to losing this one on cuts. Only got a 1-second gap at the end. But, yeah, congrats to Jeremy Smith. Here he is winning tonight's Redbud 450 National. Congrats to him. And again, thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. Whoa, somebody really loudly just joined my channel. Nathan Nickerson. I'll go ahead and grant him talk power. Hi, Nickerson.
Hello.
So that was interesting.
Those are some great races.
I was actually literally signing off those, so but cool to see you join chat tonight. You're always welcome to join stream if you want.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna sign off here. Thanks everybody tonight for joining us in chat. I'll have streams up on YouTube in a little bit, but congratulations, Jeremy Smith, winning the 450 race. If you haven't watched the 251, be sure to check that out later tonight. And yeah, so we'll see you guys 2 weeks from now. Actually, there's a week off after this one, but 2 weeks we'll be back for Millville, pretty sure. And yeah, so for that, for here, Sorry Systems, Kellenbauer signing out. This has been the 2015 Motorsport.com National Series, a Race Raptor gaming event in MX Simulator.